What's going on, guys? It's Brandon. You're watching Unwind. Driving today, filming a little video. I got the baby at home. I've been busy. I gotta film these videos kind of when I can. I'm just heading over to the gym. Just finished up my live stream with Roman. First live stream on my channel. I've done one before on Needs Watches channel, and I filmed with Jory, the time teller, for his separate channel, his podcast, What Keeps Me Up at Night channel on YouTube. So that should be out soon. But this was the first time filming like a live conversation on my own channel. I think it went pretty well. So thanks everybody who joined in. But let me get to the point of today's video. I recently made a video titled 5 Reasons Why You Have to Respect Quartz Watches, which I think you do. I got my Quartz watch on today, my G-Shock Cassie Oak, and I definitely think Quartz watches, you know, even though they might not be for everybody to add into their collection, I think you do got to respect them. So I definitely recommend checking out that video. But there was something big that I totally forgot to mention in that video that I did want to mention. So that's why I'm making today's video. When I'm talking about the quality of Quartz watches, there's a lot of people that go, Quartz watches are finished to the same quality as an automatic or manual wind watch, and that's true and false. Like I covered in the video, yes, we're talking about the outside of the watch. So if you take my Hamilton Cocky Field automatic, it's finished to the same specifications on the bracelet or the strap, the case, the dial, the level of detail as the Quartz watch. Same thing for, say, like when they made the Quartz Breitlings or the Quartz Omega Seamasters. If you took the mechanical watches from that era, yes, they are finished the same. Not on the inside, they're not. People go, oh, but Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko is a one-off. I can't think of any other Quartz watches, and let me know if you guys do in the comments that are finished to that same degree. You just basically have Grand Seiko. Everyone else hides their Quartz movements inside the case back. You don't get to see them. They're not hand finished like Grand Seiko. FP Journe, that's one watch. You have the Elegant watch or the Elegante. I pronounce everything wrong on this channel, but that's a one-off, and it costs more than, you know, most people's cars. That watch right now, I want to say it's like at 60 or 90,000. I lose track with some of these crazy numbers, but it's really jumped up there on the secondary market. It's expensive, so I'd say, you know, 99% of people watching this video aren't going to be able to afford that watch. Again, it's just a one-off, and you have Grand Seiko that are really, really finished nice. But the main point I forgot in my previous video is when you're saying that Quartz watches are finished just as well as mechanical watches, like I said, it's true for the watches that you can find on the outside. It's not true for the inside. But the big caveat to this that I forgot to mention is there's so many brands that just don't even offer Quartz watches, so you can't even get into them. Like Rolex is the big one. Yes, they have the Oyster Quartz. That's a 30 or 40-year-old watch. Nothing modern. You're not getting into modern Rolex. You're not getting to feel the refinements they've made to the Oyster bracelet, to the case, the little subtle tweaks, everything they've done, the Easy Link adjust system. You're not getting that. Brands like Zenith, that to me, people go, oh, Grand Seiko, when you see it in person, it's like high definition. that's how I feel about Zenith. I have some old footage on my iPhone. I don't even think I put it up yet, of a couple Zenith watches I filmed with. They were absolutely incredible. The quality is just, it's like Grand Seiko. It's really, really up there, guys. Let me know if you've had your hands on Zenith watches, because I think the quality is just, you have to see it to kind of believe it, and hold it next to a different watch. Like my Omega is great quality, but hold a Zenith next to the Omega and you just see how sharper it looks. It's literally like looking at a high definition picture compared to a standard definition picture, I guess nowadays 4K even. So you're not able to experience the best of the best, because a lot of the time the best of the best, or another brand, you know, Gerard Perregaux, Ulysse Nardin, they only make mechanical watches. So the argument that quartz watches are just as finished just as nicely as mechanical watches, it only goes up to kind of a certain point. And again, you have Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko is super high end, arguably better finished than a lot of these other watches, but that's the one-off. You're not experienced Rolex, Zenith, Gerard Perregaux, Ulysse Nardin, and Panerai. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So I think that gets left out of the conversation a lot of the time. People talk about it like there's just this plethora of quartz watches, that all these high-end brands, the best of the best, also make quartz watches. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. And another point that a great viewer of mine and someone I consider a friend mentioned to me was that a lot of the time with these quartz watches, they don't have the history attached. The watches aren't the historic watches we think about, like the story of the Speedmaster or the El Primro, where they had to literally hide the blueprints of this watch because it almost didn't happen. You don't have those kind of crazy stories attached to just these quartz movements, but you can really go in on specific brands, the history, but the specific movements also have their own history, their ups and downs that they had to overcome, like the Porsche Design Chronograph 1 also almost didn't happen, and you just don't have that same kind of, you know, history with the quartz watches. So I guess the big caveat on that was the history a lot of the times not attached, and again, you're not breaking into the best of the best. Grand Seiko, yes, but there's so many other brands that you really, really should get into, and to do that you will have to go mechanical. And again, I am not bashing quartz watches. You have to respect them. I'm wearing a quartz watch. I love quartz watches. I respect them. I made a video on why you have to respect them. And I would also buy an expensive quartz watch. I'd buy a Grand Seiko, you know, 9F quartz, which is so super accurate and is finished better than anything in my collection right now. But we have to be realistic, and we have to realize there's so much missing if you were to only go quartz, and I don't think a lot of other YouTubers are going to bring up those points. So thank you guys for watching this one. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, guys. I'm grinding it out. This channel is growing slowly but surely. Please leave me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscription button. Above all else, leave a comment on the video. I really, really, really do appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna go beast this workout. I get the biggest biceps on YouTube, and I need to keep it that way. So I gotta go in the gym right now and get a good little workout. All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Later.